13. Grissett ready to deliver the first pitch of the ball game here. In steps Johnny Bladell, the right-handed hitting right fielder. First pitch of the ball game is a fastball just off the outside corner. Nope, called a strike. Strike one, 0-1, and we're underway. Game 5 of a 7-game series here between the Blue Crabs and the Skeeters. Also a 7-game homestand, as this one is grounded to third. That is a fair ball, backhanded by Cordero. The toss across in time, and there's one away. Good start here for Grissett. Grissett has to keep his pitch count down so he can get through 5 here. Joey Wong will step in. Wong 250, no home runs and 5 RBIs. Last year for Grissett, 35 appearances at AA Binghamton. Grissett was 4-1 with a 2.39 ERA while collecting 36 Ks, allowing 22 walks and only 33 hits. Grissett made his first professional start on May 1st with the Skeeters since 2016, when he started 3 games with St. Lucie. Did not make a start during the 2015 season, but had a combined 26 starts in 2013 and 2014. The 1-0. This one is a little low. 2 balls and no strikes. Originally drafted by the White Sox in the 36th round in 2010, out of high school in California. He's appeared in the Rays and the Mets system. Got as high as AA, 17 and 16 lifetime for minor league career record, 2.86 ERA, 129 games, just 29 starts. His best season was in 2016 at High A in Port St. Lucie with the Mets, 4-2 with an impressive 1.80 ERA. 3 saves to go along with that. This one high and tight, ball 4. Oh, a 4-pitch walk here to Wong. First free pass of the evening for Grissett. 1 on and 1 out here for Ryan Strasburger.
You mentioned that Grissett only getting past 5 innings once this year. Kind of just like Badamo. You know, he's been struggling in those early innings, getting his pitch count up. He has great stuff, but just got to keep that pitch count low.
One step Strasburger, the right-handed hitting left fielder. Open stance from the right side. Holds the bat high above his head. They set up outside, and this one is chopped foul at the plate. No balls and 1 strike to count. Just underway here, top of the first. Ira Liebman, joined by Will Scott. We'll hear again from Ryan Posner, who joined us in the pregame show later on. Well, Grissett, 3 pitches, 87 to 90 on his fastball, a changeup, and a curveball. Skeeter second baseman Anthony Jansanti is parked just to the right and way behind second base on a huge shift on that left side for the right-handed hitter up. Big hole through the right side if he goes the other way. We saw Sanko beat the shift twice yesterday, who's on deck. Be interesting to see how Skeeter skipper Peter Cavilla plays him today. We'll see when he comes up right after Strasburger here. The 0-2 by the Skeeter southpaw. Big curveball, slow roller to short. This could be 2. They go to second for 1. The relay to first in time. A 6-4-3. third. Second baseman Anthony Jansanti bats fifth. Batting sixth is Courtney Hawkins in left. Barrett Barnes, a Sugar Land native, in center, bats seventh. Batting eighth, Dennis Phipps, the DH. And batting ninth is shortstop Alvaro Rondon. First pitch here by the southpaw, Drake Britton, is low and away. Ball 1-0. Kubica 304, 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. It'll be tough for him to get a ball out here tonight. The wind blowing in from right center field like it usually does. Spoke to him on the pregame show about comparing Round Rock, which is a stadium very similar here to Constellation Field, and compared a lot. And he said it's just as hard in Round Rock as it is here to get one out in right field. This one misses a little bit high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Well, the temperature here, 88 degrees at the first inning. The wind blowing south-southeast and pretty gusty, 15 miles an hour, 55% humidity. There's one swung and missed. Way out in front of that was Kubica. 1 out, first strikeout for Britton.
Ryan Strasburger left field for the Blue Crabs. Grounded into a double play last inning. Corey Vaughn in center. Johnny Bladell in right. Edwin Garcia mans third base. Joey Wong at short. Second base, Kalika Kahu Ala Ala. First base, Angelo Sanko. Behind the plate is going to be Jose Gonzalez. And pitching, Drake Britton.
Well, insteps Matt Chavez, 427 for Chavez. A home run and 11 RBIs. This one in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to Matt. Matt in yesterday's ball game, a very tame game for him. Just 1 for 5 with the double. Expect so much out of him now. Standards are too high for Mr. Chavez. The 1-0 here from the lefty. This one is hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Guess he heard me. That is 1 hit out of the way already. 1 on and 1 out for Derek Norris, who is starting to really hit the ball well here over the last couple games. Norris comes in at 250 with a home run and 9 RBIs. Norris last 3 games, 4 for 10 and even 400, 2 doubles, a home run, and 3 RBIs, including 4 walks. So starting to get there. We always talk about how good Barrett Barnes is, and even Kubica with the walks. Well, Norris not too shabby either. Tied for 4th in the league in walks with 13. And this team as a whole has walked a ton, and it's really been part of their success. They have walked 88 times this season as a team, which leads the league. The next closest team is Lancaster at 65, so you're talking about 23 less walks. Norris with the 13 I mentioned. Barnes leads the league with 18. Kubica with 15. They're going to wear out your pitchers in a hurry. The 0-1 here from the lefty, Drake Britton. This one is swung and hit to center field. Right there is Corey Vaughn, though. Comes in a few steps and brings it down for out number 2. So 2 outs, 1 on. Down to bring in the red-hot Albert Cordero. And doesn't get much hotter than he is right now. Yesterday, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored. And we go just back to his last 4 games. He is 9 for 18 and even 500. 7 runs, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, and 7 RBIs. If it's any hotter, he'll be on fire.
Need to call Sugar Land Fire Department.
There you go. Start your engines. Cordero, the switch hitter, will bat here from the right side against the lefty. No score here, bottom of the first, just underway. This one is a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes to Cordero. Britton has a fastball 93 to 97 in his prime. See what he throws here tonight. 2-seam fastball, a curve, a slider, and a changeup. So a 4-pitch pitcher. Long look at first, comes home, and there's another hit for Cordero in left center field. Rounding second, but stopping is Chavez. The ball gets back in quickly. 2 on, 2 out. Runners on first and second for Jansanti. Looks like Albert has picked up where he left off. He's now 5 for his last 6. A little more on Britton. He's 28 years old and a Texas native from Waco. Drafted by the Red Sox in the 23rd round in 2007 out of Tomball High School here. Last start, 6 innings pitched, so a quality start with just 3 earned runs. 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks, 75 pitches, 47 for strikes. He's an Atlantic League veteran. Brenton spends the 2017 season with the Bluefish, went 4-1 with a 3.68 ERA, 34 appearances, no starts. Made his big league debut in 2013 with the Red Sox on July 20th. Been part of 2013 and 14 with the Red Sox. 1-1 with a 2.93 ERA in 25 games. This one is down low, 2 balls and no strikes to count here to Jansanti. Was a Eastern League All-Star at AA in 2013 with AA Portland while in the Red Sox system. Was ranked as the Red Sox #3 prospect in 2010 by Baseball America. The 2-0 here by the Southpaw. Swung and fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. You can make the quacking noise after this, but he was selected as an Aflac All-American his junior year at Tomball High School. Went 9-2 with a 1.34 ERA, striking out 84 batters in 60 innings.
He's actually committed to play for Texas A&M, drafted in the 23rd round, but took that $700,000 signing bonus with the Red Sox, so not a bad deal.
Can always go back to school. This one past the diving shortstop Joey Wong. Coming around to score is Chavez. The throw to second is not in time. The run would not have counted because Chavez crossed after that, so very lucky that Cordero got back there, but it's an RBI single for Anthony, and it is 1-0 Sugar Land. RBI number 11 on the year for Anthony. Well, that'll bring in Courtney Hawkins, 247, 5 home runs and 19 RBIs. Skeeters strike first, and it's been a big difference. And granted, it's a big difference for most teams, but even bigger with the Skeeters. When they score first, they are 10-2. When they do not score first, they are just 2-5. Well, in steps Hawkins. A little bit of a long inning already here for Britton. Big curveball, high, 1 ball and no strikes to count. Nice night here. Going to be a big one here. Big night. Pink in the Park. Breast Cancer Awareness, of course, tonight. We've got fireworks after the game as well as a Girl Scout sleepover. You've never seen the Girl Scout sleepover. It is a village out there which needs its own zip code. And this might have its own zip code. Just crushed to left field and way gone. Over the Wells Fargo Picnic Plaza and out of here. A 3-run homer, and Courtney Hawkins is the new Atlantic League home run leader with 6 home runs. RBI's number 20, 21 and 22, also the leader in that category. And almost like last night when the Skeeters were down 5-0, it is the opposite here tonight. Sugar Land is up 4-0.
Courtney Hawkins, that one literally, I think, left this ballpark. That might be in your apartment. My goodness.
The longest home runs I've ever seen hit here. Hawkins, we saw him hit one the other night. He does not hit him cheaply.
Just like that, Skeeters ahead 4-0. And he mentioned it, this team is almost impossible to beat when they strike first, and they have struck first all right, 4-0.
Well, first pitch here is down low. The 7th batter to bat here in the first. 220 for Barnes. No home runs and 4 RBIs. This one swung and driven out to right field. Going back is Bladell. He has a beat on it in front of the warning track. Hauls it in for the final. We move to the top of the second. Ben Grissett with a good first inning, rewarded with 4 runs, and the Skeeters Southpaw has a 4-0 lead to work with here. First pitch by the lefty, a little bit high and tight to the cleanup hitter after he retired the side, facing the minimum 3 with a ground out, a walk, and a double play. He faces Angelo Sanka, Corey Vaughn, and Devin Rodriguez, 2 of the first 3 lefties. See the defense any different against Sanko, who's beaten that shift to the right side last night twice?
Yeah, Cordero is definitely closer to third base than he's been, even though he's still not that close to third base. Still decent amount of space there, but yeah, the shift's definitely different.
This one is a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. Umpires, by the way, tonight, Eric Davis calling balls and strikes behind the dish. Ray G. Liggins, the local guy, is at first, and Brad Parker is the third base ump. The 2-1. This one a strike on the inside corner, 2-2, and Davis a very subtle strike call. He doesn't put his hand in the air, just kind of right down by his belt. He's got to be a little more emphatic, don't you think?
Maybe he's just worn out after a tough week. Maybe. It is Friday, though.
This one is served into right center field. Barnes is there, waits for it, fields it to his left, and he'll bring it down for out number 1. 1 out, none out for Corey Vaughn. Vaughn, the son of former big league veteran Greg Vaughn, who spent 15 years in the bigs, has over 350 career home runs, 232, 2 home runs, 60 RBIs. His dad still has the San Diego Padres single-season home run record with 50. Did that in '98, was overshadowed by Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, who did something that year. Little something. A big something. This one is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. 1 out, none on. Skeeters leading 4-0 here in the top half of the second inning. Game 5 of this series, tied at 2 apiece. This one sky to left field. Hawkins coming in. Alvaro Rondon out in short left center field. The shortstop brings it down for the second out. So far, very low pitch count for Grissett. We mentioned him trying to get over that hump. 4 2/3 with just an out and a strike. 2 starts ago of qualifying for the win. Did not qualify for either one. Of course, Pete and Gavilia hated to take him out that close to qualifying for a win. They won both games 9-2, 6-4. He got 2 no decisions. He would have had 3 wins. He's got 1. He'd be 3-0 right now. In steps the left-hand hitting DH, Devin Rodriguez. 319, no home run, 6 RBIs. A lefty-lefty matchup here for Grissett. One a little off the outside corner, 1-0.
Devin Rodriguez, 6 of 16 in this series, 375 batting average, and he led the team in batting average last season, doing well again this year.
This one is a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Two outs, none on. Again, Skeeters up 4-0 here in the top half of the second inning. This one is fouled off to the left side, 1-2. 4 runs on 4 hits, no runs on no hits. Now 3 in a row retired here by Grissett, looking for a 1-2-3 inning. They look for a slider low and away here. That's where Norris was set up. This one high and tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Grissett goes back to the rubber. Looks in for the sign here from Derek Norris. Stepping back in is Rodriguez. Grissett working quickly, gets the sign from his catcher, kicks and fires. Big curveball, waiting on it well was Rodriguez. Fouled off, a little ricochet just by the dugout for the Blue Crabs, and ricochets out to Cordero at third.
Pitcher Ben Grissett has got to be loving that early 4-0 lead right now. Really gives the Skeeters a cushion here. Helps Grissett relax, and he's 1 out away from facing the minimum through 2 innings.
The 2-2. This one just a little low 3-2, and you're right, with a 4-0 lead. Maybe his pitch count isn't high. You could challenge a guy if he loses, so what? You know, you still have a 4-0 lead. Of course, that can be 4-1. Payoff pitch coming here to Rodriguez. Grissett fires the 3-2, and this one just off the outside corner, ball 4. Second walk of the game already for Grissett. Not what he wants to do with a 4-0 lead. Oh, 2 outs, 1 on here. Rodriguez does have some speed. I'll have to keep an eye on him. Edwin Garcia will step in. Garcia, the right-hander hitting third baseman, comes in at 255 with a home run and 7 RBIs. In steps number 9. Pretty straight up stance, feet parallel to the pitcher, feet close together. First pitch here is a strike right down the middle. No balls and 1 strike to count. Garcia, kind of the Alvaro Rondon of the Blue Crabs. Can do a little bit of everything. Good bunter, good speed, good glove. This one swung and fouled at the plate just behind Norris. And quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to count.
Ben Cursett was ahead in that count against Rodriguez and now ahead again. See if he can finish Garcia off right here.
The 0-2 to the 27-year-old. This one just misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last year with these Blue Crabs, 260. He had 3 home runs, 33 RBIs. So 256 career hitter. The 1-2 by Grissett. They set up inside. And this one is, wow, where was that pitch? Grissett and the right side of the infield took a step towards the dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, we can't go 3-2 again. This is, again, too many pitches. He's got to challenge him right here. Already 27 pitches for Grissett, 15 for strikes, 12 for balls. The 2-2 low and in 3-2. It's going to be another 6-pitch at bat here for the second straight hitter.
Garcia was 2 for 20 coming in to Wednesday's game. Went 4 for 4 on Wednesday, 2 for 4 last night. So appears to have gotten out of that slump. Definitely a dangerous hitter.
He set up outside. The payoff pitch swung and grounded to the left side. Deep in the hole is Rondon. The throw to first bounces to first, but right waist high. A leadoff single, and Skeeters at it again here. Skeeters already got 5 hits through 1+ inning. Now to bring in Alvaro Rondon, and I got to think Rondon is going to lay down a bunt, but not a bunt for a sacrifice, a bunt for a hit. See what he does here. Comes in 196, no home runs, and 4 RBIs for Rondon, who on the season is 10 for 51. Skeeters leading 4-0 as the left-handed hitting shortstop steps in. Ended the top half of this inning with a great play deep in the hole and a one-hop strike to Matt Chavez at first. And he does square, pulls the ball back, but takes it for a strike. 0-1 the count. Never did understand, if you get a ball right down the middle and you're squaring to bunt, I got to think you're not really bunting. I mean, that was a perfect pitch to bunt.
Yeah, he took that one. It was a good pitch to bunt for sure.
One inside as he moves out of the way of that one. 1-1. In a little at third is Garcia, right at the cutout at third. Wind really howling in from right center. It's going to be tough for left-handed hitters, let alone a left-handed pitcher on the mound against a lefty. The 1-1 squares the bunt here, and a good one. Up the first base line. They're going to have to hurry to get him. The throw to first does just nip him. That's on the third base side. That's a base hit. Go down as a sac bunt, even though he was bunting for a single. Going down 2-3 on the putout. So 1 down, runner at second. Back to the top of the order with Kyle Kubica. Kubica 304, 2 home runs and 13 RBIs coming in. Skeeters with a 4-0 lead here in the bottom half of the second inning. Long look in here by lefty Drake Britton for the Blue Crabs. He'll look at second. Kick can fire home. This one almost a broken bat to first, right at the first baseman. Brings down the looping line drive for out number 2. Phipps stays put at second. That'll bring in Matt Chavez, who, surprise, surprise, is already 1 for 1 with a run scored. Chavez, last 5 games, 7 for 20, a 350 mark. Skeeters 4 runs on 5 hits. Blue Crabs no runs, still looking for their first hit. Chavez came in at 427 with 1 home run and 11 RBIs. Chavez a very straight up stance from the right side of the box. The lefty looks at second, but will fire it home. Swung and missed by Chavez. No balls and 1 strike to count.
Matt Chavez, one of the 3 Skeeters players ranked in the top 10 Atlantic League in slugging percentage. Albert Cordero is 3rd, Matt Chavez 5th, Kyle Kubica is 6th.
We've only seen a brief flash of his power, just 1 home run, but this is a guy who does have power. As one is swung, hit high in the air to center field, but playable. Corey Vaughn is there, and he'll bring it down for out number everything from country, rock to 80s, and even takes requests. So make sure to catch the fun, talented Matt Deaton live here in the Insperity Club at Constellation Field tonight for the first time this season. More this season, but first time this year. This one is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to count to Jose Gonzalez. The 1-0. This one is low, 2 balls and no strikes to count.
Catchers in this series having some great at-bats against the Skeeters. Jose Gonzalez, player of the game from the other night, and Austin Green, our player of the game from last night.
2 balls and 1 strike now here on Gonzalez. 231, a home run and 6 RBIs. Skeeters up 4-0 in this one. The lefty Grissett fires it home. This one is hit deep in the air to left field. Going back is Hawkins, but he flags it down on the warning track. Going towards the University of Houston Sugarland sign in left for out number 1. So hitting it on the screws was Gonzalez. The line out to left, the first out. That'll bring in Will Scott's favorite player, Kalika Kaualaala, the Hawaiian native, 0 for 13 to start this season, so a tough start.
I finally got the pronunciation right earlier.
But can you continue it throughout the game?
Kalika
You can introduce him.
There we go.
All right. I'll remember when the pressure's on. No balls and 1 strike to count here. They set up inside. This one is hit foul down the left side. No balls and 2 strikes.
Kahu'alaala has played 4 different positions. Second base, left field, right field, and DH. He's at second tonight. Spent all of his career in independent balls, never played affiliated. Started in Maui in his home state of Hawaii.
Big curve, a little bit high and outside, 1 and 2. 1 out, none on top of the third. Skeeters are leading 4-0. There's one swung and a miss, strike 3. First K of the day for Grissett. And there is 2 away. So 2 outs and none on. We go back to the top of the order with the leadoff hitter, right fielder, Johnny Bladell. Bladell grounded out to third his first time up. He is 0 for 1. But it comes in at .406 with a home run and 12 RBIs for the right-handed hitting right fielder. So far it's been all Skeeters. Grissett has been great on the mound. Skeeters have given him 4 runs. They lead 4-0 here in the top of the third. This one a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count here. Grissett still working quickly. The 0-1 here by the lefty. They'll set up inside, and this one way inside and hits him. And that got him right on the hand. Ouch. And he looks like he is in a ton of pain. Now the trainer for the Blue Crabs will come out and take a look at him. Trying to walk it up. Man, that hurts. I think he got hit on that back of the hand.
He kind of turned in as that ball was coming toward him. Hit him right on, it looks like the left hand. Hope he's okay for the Blue Crabs because he's been their leader in batting average.
Oh, 96.1 FM is Sugarland's only radio station and the new radio home of the Skeeters. Listen here every Friday night for the game of the week right here. Each and every Friday night, both at home and on the road for the entire 2018 season. 96.1 FM in the Skeeters. It doesn't get any sweeter. Well, they will attend still here to Bladell. And if he can't continue, this is going to be a big blow to the Blue Crabs offense.
Andrew Daniel may be the one that comes in for Teodoro Martinez.
He's going to stay in this game as he slowly walks to first base. You wonder if that'll affect him later on. So 2 outs, 1 on. Joey Wong will step in. Wong, one of 2 walks that Grissett has issued. Oh, no official plate appearances. Wong comes in at 250. No home runs, 5 RBIs. First pitch here is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. Top of the third. Skeeters are leading 4-0 here in Game 5 of a 7-game series. Series tied at 2 games apiece. I'll set up away the 0-1. This one misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 1 on, 2 down. Skeeters up 4-0. What is James Frisbee doing over there? He's really animated over at third. And he couldn't be standing any further back from the third base coaching box. Like he is aggravated with something. This one fouled into the screen in front of us, 1-2. Now he's kicking the grass over there.
I mean,
I think Bladell, who's hurt, is not paying attention to the signs, would be my guess.
I was going to say, I don't know why he'd be mad at Grissett. It was definitely not an intentional hit by pitch.
Sometimes that is still taken personally. They set up away. There goes Bladell. The throw down to second is a little bit late. It bounces. And Jan Santi, the second baseman, keeps it in front of him. Stolen base, always the best revenge for getting hit by a pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here on Joey Wong. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner down at second. 4-0 Skeeters here in the top of the third.
Third stolen base of the season from Bladell. Got that one pretty easy, and I guess that's why James Frisbee was upset. He wanted Bladell to steal, and he wasn't over there looking at the signs.
Now he's in the regular third base coaching position. The 2-2. On the inside corner, strike 3. Oh, come on. The only reason that wasn't called a strike is because Grissett walked off the mound knowing he had strike 3, and now even Derek Norris has something to say. That was a missed call, clearly. That was a perfect pitch on the inside corner.
It looked like Wong knew it, too. Grissett was walking to the dugout. Derek Norris was halfway there as well, and instead we're going to have a payoff pitch.
Payoff pitch here. That's ball 4-2. Wow, those are 2 missed calls. No question about it. Third walk of the game for Grissett, and he's certainly now deserving of that. Now he's going to take a walk towards the back of the mound.
Yeah, that second pitch hit the outside corner, no call. Pitch before that was literally right over the plate. So that's got to be frustrating for a pitcher like Grissett that last couple outings hasn't been able to get very far in this game. He's pitched well tonight, but not getting help right there.
Well, in steps the right-hander hitting Ryan Strasburger, the left fielder. This one is low and in. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Skids are up 4-0 here. Blue Crabs have runners on first and second with 2 down. Grissett will kick and deal. This one is chopped foul off of third.
Strasburger on a 7-game hitting streak. He's 10 for 29 on that streak, 344 average, 7 RBI. So he's on a tear right now. But before the streak, he was only 9 of 35 with a 257 average. So definitely coming alive these last 2 series against the Road Warriors and the Skeeters.
Grissett looks in for the side. They'll set up inside the 1-1. Not called a strike either. May have missed a little bit inside, but not far off. 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Again, Skeeters up 4-0 here in the top of the third. Grissett looks at second and fires at home, swung and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 on.
It's even more frustrating for Grissett after those 2 missed calls against Wong. Now you got to face one of the hottest hitters in the Atlantic League, Ryan Strasburger. But a chance to get out of this inning right here without surrendering a run.
Grissett from the stretch. The 2-2. Swung on and missed strike 3, so Grissett takes care of business himself. We move to the bottom of the third. Skeeters have a 4-0 lead here in this one. Well, stepping in for Sugarland is Derek Norris. It'll be 3, 4, and 5. Norris, Cordero, and then Jan Santi. First pitch, a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes to count. The southpaw, Drake Britton, will kick and deal. They set up inside. This one behind Norris. Did that get a piece of him? Oh, I think that was intentional, and Norris didn't like it one bit. What is that all about? An accidental hit by pitch by Grissett. Clearly, he was ahead in the count. Now you're going to retaliate?
That's ridiculous. Ben Grissett's pitch just lost control of it a little bit, came in, but that one was obviously intentional. Norris not happy about it as he walks to first base.
Well, something you always fear in a 7-game series. And here comes James Frisbee. Well, the manager will have a word with his pitcher here. He has not been happy all night. Well, on Sunday, be sure to bring your dog to the park. Sponsored by Natural Paws and Merrick Pet Food. It's also Sunday Fun Day, so there's catch on the field before the game, a pregame team autograph session, and kids get to run the bases after the game. For tickets, you can go 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on TriggerlandSkeeters.com, or you can call the TDECU ticket office at 281-240-4487 or 240-HITS.
I'm really surprised, Ira, that Britton did not receive an official warning right there.
Well, I'm not surprised. 4-0 Skeeters here in the bottom of the third. This one is clubbed foul down the left side. No balls and 1 strike to count. I got to tell you, throwing at a former big league all-star catcher, not a good move.
Derek Norris known as really being a class guy, and if that was a retaliation of Grissett, I just don't understand that.
Oh, now I'm not going to be surprised if the Skeeters retaliate, and then this could go back and forth all night. You don't want to get into a beanball war. Somebody gets hurt. This one is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes here on Cordero.
Cordero following up that 4 for 5 night last night with the single in the first inning.
That's one high. Gonzalez has to come out of the crouch for that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Take a look at the pitch count here on Drake Britton. Right now, 33 pitches. 20 for strikes. This one inside in the dirt. And there's another, you hit me, I'm going to swipe second. The Skeeters catcher steals second, much like Bladell did when he was hit by a pitch. So both getting their revenge.
That's Norris's first stolen base of the season.
Now in scoring position with nobody out here. See if Cordero can at least go the other way and move Norris over. The way he's been hitting, might get a base hit the other way. The 2-2 by the lefty. Britton looks at second, a long stare, now steps off.
Norris staring right back at him. He's got a face-off. We got a face-off going on at Constellation Field.
You just got to think this game may get ugly before it's all over. The 2-2, high and way outside, 3-2.
Not to mention, Ira, there's 2 games left in this series after tonight. It's gotten chippy early in Game 5 of this 7-game series.
Payoff pitch coming here to Cordero. They're going to set up inside, and this curve is high and outside, ball 4. So nice job by Cordero. Battles back from an 0-2 count to draw the first walk of the game against Britton. So now first and second, nobody out. 2 runners on without the benefit of a base hit for Anthony Jansanti. who already has an RBI single in this one, and then Courtney Hawkins, who has a 3-run homer on deck.
Yeah, Jansanti was responsible for the first run of the game with that single earlier, and now in business again. 2 runners on, nobody out.
The pitch count continues to climb here as Britton closes in on 35 pitches. First pitch here to Jansanti. This one high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Anthony came in, hitting in even 300. Excuse me, 295. 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. This one is hit down the line, foul, as Jansanti tries to use a little body English to keep that one fair, but to no avail. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Anthony. Skeeters with a 4-0 lead here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Now the sun almost completely set. Only a little bit of sun on the outfield billboards. Almost 8 o'clock and the sun is still out, getting closer and closer to those long summer hours. The 1-1. This one is low. 2 balls and a strike to number 21, Anthony Jansanti. Pink in the Park Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Skeeters are wearing pink jerseys that will be auctioned off after the game. So if you'd like to auction, right here behind the press box. There is a silent auction going on for a good cause, obviously.
We are both dressed for the occasion.
This one is swung and hits a left center field. Long run by the center fielder, Corey Vaughn, who tracks it down. Thought that might go a little bit further up the alley. That is out number 1. Both runners, Norris at second and Cordero at first, retreat. So 1 out, 2 on. That'll bring in Courtney Hawkins, who last time up hit a 3-run homer, his 6th of the season. He is now in sole possession of 1st in the league in home runs and 1st in RBIs.
It's a matter of time before that batting average gets up too.
Hawkins over his last 7 games hitting .296, going 8 for 27, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs during that span. Now even more. Now 3 home runs and 13 RBIs over his last 8.
We were talking about where that home run ball may have landed, Ira. Looked like it went out of the ballpark.
Pretty sure it did. I lost it after I went over the Wells Fargo Picnic Plaza. The 1-1 here by the lefty Britton. He'll kick and deal, and this one swung on, popped up right side. Will this go out of play? It will, as the catcher, Jose Gonzalez, runs out of room. That one just over the Skeeters target on the right side. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Skeeters leading 4-0 here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Game 5 of a 7-game series. Long look in here by Britton. See if they set up inside here. They do. Gonzalez wants it low, and this one way inside. 2 balls and a strike.
How about the Skeeters offense? 14 runs in game 1. Not their day in game 2, only 2 runs, but 6 runs in game 3, and then 8 runs last night, even in the loss. 4 runs early today.
Potent offense. The 2-1. Swung and hit over the 3rd baseman's head. Edwin Garcia, and into the left field corner. Around 3rd, heading for home is Norris. He'll get there. The throw to 3rd is not in time. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, and the Skeeters take a 5-0 lead. A double for Hawkins. A home run and a double. RBI number 4 on the game. And the Skeeters with a big lead here early. Just sneaking into 3rd was Cordero.
Cohen may catch him in the Atlantic League RBI leader race if he keeps this up tonight.
23 RBIs now. That is a torrid pace, too. This is only in game number 20. Linsev's Barnes, who flew out to right his first time up, leads the league in walks. Barnes over his last 8 games, has walked 8 times over his last 5 games, and has reached safely in 12 of his last 22 plate appearances. Leads the league with 18 walks. First pitch misses for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to count. This one misses inside, 2-0.
After going in an 0 for 14 slump, he's 5 of his last 6.
45 pitches now for Britton. Not a good strike-to-ball ratio. 23 strikes, 22 balls. This one is hit down the right side, foul. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 1 in, runners on second and third. Cordero at third. Hawkins on its second. I gave Hawkins a double. Let's see if they give him 1 or a single and then throw to third, gets into second. And they do give him a double. Ball did get into the corner. The 2-1 here by the lefty. This one misses inside, 3-1. Well, Britton can elect to walk Barnes. That would be a big surprise. Bases would be loaded, but he has first base open and the option if he wants it. Dennis Phipps on deck. Britton from the stretch. They'll set up away, and this one is low ball 4. And another walk for Barnes, now 19 on the season. Well, he says he's got to start hitting better, but he can keep walking. He's doing a great job of it. Second walk of the inning, second of the game. Dennis Phipps will bat here with the bases loaded and only 1 away and 1 in, and they have Britton on the brink here. So in steps Phipps, who singled his first time up, and now they're going to go out to the mound, and I'm sure this somehow will not count as a visit to the mound as the umpire goes there, and of course it does not. Shocker. So bases loaded. Cordero at third. Hawkins at second. Barnes with the walk on at first. Only 1 away here. Is already leading 5-0 here in the bottom of the third.
Chance to really blow it open right here in the third inning. Dennis Phipps with a lot of power. He can do it.
First pitch here is a little bit high and outside 1-0. And this next pitch by Britton will be 50 here in the third. Now more balls than strikes. 24 strikes, 25 balls. They set up outside the 1-0. Swung and fouled over our heads and just to our right. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 down. Skeeters with a 5-0 lead here in the third, threatening for more with the bases full. Phipps waggles the bat back and forth, tapping off his shoulder. Stands close to the plate from the right side. The 1-1. Swung and fouled into the net in front of us again, 1-2.
Britton coming into this one, just 3 runs allowed in 12 innings pitched. That first inning, Skeeters just jumped on him, and chance to do it again here.
And now stepping out here is Phipps, as Britton was taking way too long. 1-2 the count on the Skeeters' designated hitter. Now Britton's ready. They set up inside the 1-2. Swung and off the fist foul into the net in front of us. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be a big turning point in this game for the Skeeters or Britton on the mound. Base hit or more here could really break this one open. If Britton can get out of this, he keeps him and his team in the game. They set up away. The 1-2. Swung and hit into left field, down the left field line. This one will be stopped by the left fielder Strasburg before it gets into the corner. But 2 runs are going to score. Phipps, RBIs number 2 and 3. He's 2 for 2, and the Skeeters lead 7-0.
Dennis Phipps only had 1 hit in his early Skeeters' career, 2 for 2 tonight. And 2 RBIs right there to give the Skeeters a 7-0 lead.
Here comes James Frisbee. This might be all for Britton here. Let's see if he makes a move. 53 pitches, 28 strikes, 25 for balls, and that's going to be it. A short night for Britton. He does not get out of the third inning as the Skeeters put 7 runs on the board. They lead 7-0. Still only 1 away. Skeeters threatening for more with runners on second and third. Back here right after this.
Now on the mound for the Blue Crabs going to be David Perez, only his second appearance of this season. May 14th against Sugar Land. Had 1 inning, 1 run, so a even 9 ERA. 3 walks, but he did strike out the side. 3 strikeouts.
Alvaro Rondon steps in. Fastball high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Skeeters have struck here again in the third with 3 runs. They lead 7-0, threatening for even more. With runners on second and third and only 1 away. There's 1 low and away, 2-0. Skeeters 7 runs on 7 hits. Rondon, a sac bunt, his first time up, so no official plate appearances. Perez, the right-hander, will kick and deal. The 2-0, swollen and sky to left center field. This should be deep enough to score Hawkins. He's going to tag. The throw will come into the third, and the Skeeters take an 8-0 lead. 2 sacrifices by Rondon, a sac bunt, now a sac fly RBI, his 5th of the year. Skeeters pouring it on. 4 in the first, 4 here in the third, and lead 8-0.
That run will be charged to Britton, so 8 runs through 3, or not even 3, 2 1/3 innings from Britton tonight. That's going to skyrocket his ERA, to say the least.
Well, intercepts the left-hander hitting Kibitza, who has struck out and lined out to first. Came in batting .304 with 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. There's one swung and missed at a ball low and away. No balls and 1 strike to count.
You got a chance to talk to him on the pregame show today?
I did. If he doesn't get a hit, I'll never get him again on a pregame show. So far, my pregame shows have gotten guys good games. I don't want to break that string. Leo 1. Swollen and grounded to second. This will not help my cause. Kalika Kauala Oh, we move to the top of the fourth. And now the Skeeters southpaw, Ben Grissett, has an 8-0 lead to work with. And rejoining me here in the booth, Ryan Posner. Well, he struggled to get through 4 2/3 the last 2 starts. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's going to qualify for the victory here tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even just the run support that he's getting. His control looks great through these first 3 innings. He's really done a nice job maneuvering. He kind of got the zone tight on him a few times, but he's done a really nice job controlling the strike zone tonight.
No question about it. Actually got a couple of balls that really should have been outs, but even pitched around that. The 0-2 fouled off. Going to be the meat of the order here. 4, 5, and 6 for the Blue Crabs, who are down 8-0. Angelo Sacco, Corey Vaughn, and Devin Rodriguez. So the southpaw will pitch to 2 of 3 lefties here. Vaughn, the only right-handed hitter. That pitch count down as well. Also a very good sign. There is on the inside corner, strike 3. What a big curveball. Breaks right over the inside portion of the plate. Second strikeout in a row. Third K of the day, and there's one away. So with an 8-0 lead and 1 out and none on, the only right-handed hitter coming up of these 3 is Corey Vaughn. 232, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs.
Corey's one of those guys where maybe you don't see it at first. You walk up to him like, wow, he's a big fella.
He doesn't look it from here. You're right. This one is high 1-0.
He almost looks more of like a left fielder than a center fielder, I guess, with his body type. But he's done a nice job patrolling it so far.
He did a great job last year with these Blue Crabs. This one swung and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike as Grissett continues to mix it up. High, low, inside, outside, changing speeds. The exact 3 things you want from a pitcher. Working quickly here, the 1-1. There's another big bender. Catches the heart of the zone. Broke about 6 inches. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Vaughn originally from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I have a feeling he spent some time in San Diego. This one skied right side. Matt Chavez behind the first base bag will pull it down for the second out. So Grissett, the minimum of pitches here, quickly 2 down.
Yeah, that could be something that gets lost, you know, in an effort like this when the offense is going so well. Having your starter give you, let's say, a 6 or 7 tonight, the way that Ben Grissett's rolling, I mean, that sets your bullpen up pretty nicely for the final 2 games of the series.
So 6 pitches, 2 down here. 3 straight now retired by Grissett. Now to bring in the left-hand hitting DH Devin Rodriguez, who is 1 of 3 walks issued by Grissett. But it'll be a lefty-lefty matchup for the southpaw. This one low in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes to count. What did you make from where you were sitting of Derek Norris getting hit? It really looked like a retaliation behind him, and I thought things were going to get chippy. So far, they've settled down a bit.
Let's put it this way. Derek Norris is probably one of the more grizzled veterans on this team. I think he knows when he gets hit on purpose. That's the way I looked at it, and I think if you asked him, he thought it was on purpose.
But Bladel was hit accidentally, so I don't really understand the retaliation, do you?
No, I mean, I guess looking out for your guy, because obviously Bladel did leave with the injury. Teodoro Martinez out there in right field now, so maybe they felt inclined to make a move because of the injury, but you're right. I mean, it didn't seem like that was intentional whatsoever.
Ground ball to third, the toss across by Cordero, and a 1-2-3 inning. nothing. We got big hitters coming up. Matt Chavez, Derek Norris, Albert Cordero. Chavez single, flat out to center. He's 1 for 2 with a run score. Skeeters got 4 in the first, 4 in the third. Be a long night for the Crabs.
You gotta love it. I mean, when you get those home runs and it's not a you cash in with a 3-run shot. I mean, what's better than that? A lot of times you get the solo home runs, but Courtney Hawkins with a moonshot, he made that count.
Yeah, I kind of lost it when it went over the Wells Fargo Picnic Pavilion, but you said it actually did leave the stadium, huh?
I had to give you. I mean, it went straight over the foul pole, and it left a little bit over the Wells Fargo Picnic sign, but it went out over the green parking out there. It was great.
You know, when you were a little kid, they said, hit it where you live. Well, I live right over there, so I guess he was pointing to my apartment over there.
That was one of the more impressive displays of power I've seen in a while.
This one swung and a miss. Well, hits it into the Imperial Lofts. A moonshot. It wasn't even a moon out yet.
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny if that ball is still in orbit. It just might be.
1 ball and 1 strike here to Chavez. Chavez came in at 427. Second in the league, a home run and 11 RBIs. This one is hit to third. Slow roller right at Garcia. He'll fire it sidearm to first, and there's 1 down. Bringing Derek Norris, you think he's got to be aware coming into this at bat, or you think it's all done?
I think it's all done. You'd hope so, because, I mean, you got a guy in David Perez who goes pretty hard. You don't want to be messing around with that. I mean, just me personally, I expect Derek Norris to swing out of his shoes here on this first pitch, because
let's see, he already retaliated with a stolen base. You think if he hits a home run here, he kind of pimps it, maybe he looks at a dugout or a pitcher?
I'd have to imagine so.
And I got to tell you, Derek Norris is one of the more professional guys I've met here in the 7 years I've been the broadcaster. Really was unbelievable, even unbelievably courteous during a pregame interview in Game 2 of the season when I talked to him. So if you're getting him upset and he has to do something like that, you have really gone out of your way to make him mad. This one misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, I mean, just logistically thinking about it, obviously Derek Norris, the biggest name on this team when it comes to Major League experience. The numbers aren't there, but obviously one of the best hitters on this team. Refined, one of the best approaches. So, you know, if you're going to go after a guy, that seems to be a guy that you would target. We saw that happen to Matt Chavez, whether it was on purpose or not, when the Bees were in town to begin the season.
One high and outside, 3-0 here on Norris. Perez came in last inning with the 4 runs across and got the last 2 batters, allowing a run across on a sac fly RBI. Got out of the innings, and now 3 straight retired by Perez. The 3-0 coming from the right-hander, a pitch from the stretch with nobody on. This one high, ball 4. Norris on for the second time without the benefit of a hit. Hit by a pitch last time up. Now he walks. First walk for Perez. Third of the game for Southern Maryland pitching. That'll bring in Cordero.
Talk about those guys kind of sneaky in walks too. I mean, Derek Norris came in tied for 4th in the league with 13 walks. Lost in the shadows of what Barrett Barnes and Kibitza have been doing. But
no doubt. Well, in steps Cordero, who will turn around. It's a switch hitter batting here from the left side against the right-hander. He has now reached base in 6 of his last 7 plate appearances. 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 home runs last night. The only out he made last night was a ground out and a fielder's choice. He's been on base both times tonight with a single. Walked last time up. He's also scored a run. Scored on the home run by Hawkins, who's on double deck. 1 on, 1 out. Skeeters leading 8-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Swung and missed as Cordero chases a rare one in the dirt, 0-2.
I mean, just the home runs last night, they were each impressive for their own reasons. He got the one to right field against the wind that had to have been going at least 10, 15 miles per hour.
Yep.
And then he goes, the first one I've seen this year, I don't know about you when you're on the road, but opposite field. I mean, that was two really impressive home runs in their own right. I mean, I honestly don't even know which one I'm more impressed with because of that.
No balls and 2 strikes here on Albert, who came in at 385 home runs and 16 RBIs. This one swung and a miss, strike 3. So Cordero, number 3, goes down on a rare 3-pitch strikeout. Only the 2nd strikeout of the day for the Blue Crabs. First here for Perez. I'm going to bring in Jan Santi, who is 1 for 2. He has contributed to the runs. Skeeters leading 8-0. He singled in front of the home run by Hawkins. So he is 1 for 2. He also fly out to center, scored a run, and driven in a run. Now valuable as Jan Santi can play second, short, third, pretty much any outfield position. First pitch here. You know, I'm so surprised that there weren't a handful of players that really made a career with pitching staffs getting longer and longer, 12, 13, 14 guys in the big league. Sometimes you have less and less utility. Used to be, you know, 5 outfielders minimum.
Yeah.
Now you have 1, maybe 1 or 2 infielders. I thought guys like Jan Santi would make a career about playing, you know, 5 or 6 positions, but there doesn't seem to be those type of guys in the big leagues.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely see a lot more of just the specialty. You know, I mean, if a guy plays center field, you're going to see him out there in center field 9 times out of 10. And you're right. I mean, the guys like Jan Santi, I mean, literally could play almost anywhere on the field. I mean, he's even pitched in the Atlantic League. So, but at the same token, I mean, you're always going to find value in those guys too.
The 1-1 from the right-hander David Perez. It's one down low, 2 balls and a strike.
I mean, this team is just chock full of them too. Even Colin Walsh on the disabled list. I mean, he was penciled in to play shortstop for the first time as a Skeeter the night that I won the disabled list. I mean, just another guy that can play all over the field.
2-1 on number 21, Anthony Jan Santi. A pitch by Perez, swung and missed, and a ball low and away. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Skeeters leading 8-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. See if Jan Santi can get a pitch he can drive here. The right-hander kicks and fires a bullet into left field for a base hit. I think Jan Santi might have broken his pink bat here for Breast Cancer Awareness Night, and it goes down as a hero.
One of my favorite baseball jargon terms is that bat dying a hero.
I'm glad I could appease. Well, that'll bring in Courtney Hawkins. Last time up, hit it out of the ballpark.
He's giving me an early start on my game notes tomorrow. Now he's leading the league in home runs with 6, and he's leading the league in RBIs as well.
Leading a few more categories before this one's over. Perez from the Dominican Republic, 25 years old.
I don't know about you. I would say Perez, I mean, stuff-wise, one of the more impressive relievers we've seen come through here. The control, obviously, kind of an issue for him, but as far as just pure stuff, he's got a good fastball, good live slider.
As one swung and a miss, and a ball low and away. There was the slider. Last year, Perez with the Orem Owls in the Pioneer League. Only 10 appearances, no record of 6.75 ERA, and that was his whole season.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you get to this level. I mean, throwing hard isn't going to cut it. I mean, these guys will prey on those fastballs, even if they're up in the 97 range.
The 1-1 swung and missed. That one at. I might have taken a little bit off that one. That was an 82-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Skeeters again leading 8-0 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The 1-2. Swollen and fouled behind home plate. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Hawkins.
Courtney's definitely one of those guys. We mentioned about Anthony, how he kind of changed his approach. I don't know if Courtney changed his approach, but you can tell he's a guy that tries to create that launch angle, that upward angle with the swing. And I mean, can't complain with the results so far.
No, you cannot. Perez, lifetime 16 and 20, a 4.07 ERA and 2 saves. Pitch here in Texas a couple of years ago for the Frisco Rough Riders. This one way outside, goes to the backstop. Both will advance. You're one to how. Hawkins laying off a pitch that close.
As I get the Major League reference on the scoreboard too there.
It was in stereo. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 on, and a base hit makes this a 10-0 game, and maybe it waves a white flag.
Yeah. I mean, this could get ugly too.
Rule.
Yeah. Still 2 more games to go in this series. I mean, arms are going to be coming at a premium here out of the bullpen. You got to try to get as much as you can of Perez.
The 2-2 here to Hawkins. Swung and fouled back into the screen. Went down for a pitch. A little bit off the fist, but he didn't miss it by much.
A couple of really good at-bats here, too, by Jan Santi and Hawkins. Now up to 26 pitches for Perez, so they're going to make life tough on this Blue Crowds pitching staff tonight.
And we're talking about the walks, and this is what it does.
Yeah.
A lot of deep counts. You burn through pitchers left and right.
And no matter what he does here, I mean, it's a good at-bat.
Timeout. Hawkins asks for timeout. He's granted. Perez steps towards home like, I'm going to throw it anyway. Again, the 2-2 from the big right-hander. This one is in the dirt, gets away again, and goes all the way towards the Skeeters dugout, but nobody moves. Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, Norris obviously not the fastest guy in the team on third base, and that credit Perez. I mean, he hopped off the mound like a cat there. He was on home plate in a heartbeat, so that would have been a pretty close play. I guess with the lead they have right now at 8-0, look to have to push it.
Well, sadly, that won't go down as a wild pitch because nobody advanced. Full count now. Skeeters, they wear you out. Deep counts can cause a lot of problems for you. Eventually, you either get the pitch you want, or you find yourself with a free pass. Payoff pitch here to Hawkins. Low and away, ball four. Again, it goes to the backstop. Now the base is going to be loaded. Nobody moves, though. 3 wild pitches in this at-bat. Hawkins now been on base for the 3rd time. A home run, a double, and a walk. Kind of the old trivia quiz. How many ways can you get to first base? The answer is 8. And he's got 3 of them.
Yeah, he's so the only 2 Skeeters not on base tonight. Kyle Kapitz, Alvaro Rondon, and Rondon is credited as a sac bunt and a sac fly in RBI. So everyone getting in the action tonight.
Oh, bases full of Skeeters. Barrett Barnes, who walked his last time up, there's a shocker, leads the league in walks. They're doing a great job of getting on base. That's why you kind of watch these games, and he gets hit right here with the bases loaded, and that's going to be a run. He finds another way to get on base, and the Skeeters take a 9-0 lead. As Perez has temporarily lost the strike zone here. RBI number 5.
Yeah, I'm good at my seat up here. You got a guy throwing in the mid-90s, clearly has absolutely no control right now. That's a pretty uncomfortable at bat.
Battering Dennis Phipps. He's 2 for 2, so it's not going to get any easier for Perez. The bottom of this lineup's done a nice job. Also drove in 2 runs with his single last time up. This one is right down the middle. Called the ball. Wow. Guess it was a little low.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you're that wild, out of control, the kind of umpire loses the strike zone himself.
This one is chopped foul. Left side, just over the Blue Crabs dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 2 outs, bases loaded. Skeeters already with a run in here. They lead 9-0. Jansanti's at 3rd, Hawkins at 2nd, and Barnes, who was hit by a pitch, got himself an RBI on it first. The 1-1. Swung and ripped foul down the left side. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and 2 hits tonight. Phipps, who has not played in a while, even when he was struggling a little bit in those first 2 games, you can just see his stroke, his power. I mean, he's going to be a great addition to this team. And of course, he's played for Pete Incaviglia before and do a little bit of everything. Pete loves him. The 1-2 here to Phipps. Swung, hit high in the air to left field, but playable. Coming in, diving for it, and missing it. All going wrong here for Southern Maryland. 2 more runs are going to score as Jansanti and Hawkins touch home, and it is 11-0 Sugar Land. Wow, the wind just continued to blow that ball in.
You wonder if that ball maybe got lost in the lights too. Corey Vaughn put his hands up kind of immediately after that, and then you see out there in left field, I mean, Ryan Strasburger kind of came out like a man with his hair on fire, trying to come in and get the ball, and diving effort was no good. And I guess maybe you rule that a double if you didn't touch it. I'll have to see how that goes down.
Well, he's on first, so I'm rule it a single. Well, he's got 4 RBIs, and he's 3 for 3.
He had a ball last night. I don't know if you remember. It was probably in the middle of the game. I mean, he hit it about a mile high in the air. I mean, you could tell he barreled it up just a little bit under it. And to me, that was a sign like, okay, Dennis Phipps is just a few at-bats away here from breaking out.
Remember it well. This one is fouled off left side. 0-1 the count here for the 2nd straight inning. The Skeeters have sent 8 men to the plate, 16 batters in 1 2/3 innings. Alvaro Rondon swings and misses at this. No balls and 2 strikes to count. 4 in the 1st, 4 in the 3rd, and 3 more here in the in the 4th. Skeeters up 11-0.
They did give him a single on that too, so a pair of RBIs for Dennis Phipps.
The 0-2. This one sky to right center field. Let's see if this will not be an adventure. It won't be. The center fielder Vaughn brings it jerseys behind us here in the press box for a few more innings. Matt Deaton up in the club after the game, and Girl Scout sleepover later on. Sleeping over with the Girl Scouts?
Actually, I'll be here bright and early to help dish out breakfast in the morning.
At least early.
Yeah.
I don't know how bright you'll be.
Exactly. It's gonna be fun. We'll have a good time.
First pitch to Garcia was a strike. This one a strike as well, 0-2. Garcia robbed on a great play by Alvaro Rondon in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1. Bottom of the order here in the top of the 5th, Garcia, Jose Gonzalez, and Kalika Ka'u'ala'ala. This one is high, 1-2.
I liked about that play too, and you mentioned with Rondon is that I think he knew he wasn't going to get it there on the fly, and he did a nice job of giving Matt Chavez a nice kind of longer hop to deal with at first, and I mean picked it up nice and easy, and that glove is just impressive.
The 1-2, yeah, Rondon's been terrific at short in this series, and that's what I like about Rondon. He knows his role. He knows he may not start every day, and the Skeeters had a double play combination of former big leaguers here before Ray Navarro got picked up and Colin Walsh got hurt. Now he finds himself back, and he knows that he's going to get his chance. Pete Incaviglia, he's a go-to guy for Pete. This one hit into right field, base hit. That is the first hit of the game, and there goes the no-hitter. Only thing spoiled here tonight. What a job Grissett has done. That was his first hit here and the first batter in the 5th. Well, I got to say, Pete's going to let him go and qualify for 5, even if he lets up 8 runs in this inning. He's still up by 3.
Yeah, he's really earned. I mean, the control has been there all night. It's been so impressive, and he's really worked the breaking ball in nicely, too. He's not just being reliant on that fastball.
Look at his pitch count here. Exactly 60 pitches for Grissett, 33 for strikes, 27 for balls. So still pretty decent pitch count. He's kept it down, which kind of cost him qualifying for the last 2 victories. Through 84 and 82, respectively. This one is hit to the left side, and that one off the mitt of Cordero, over the mitt of Rondon at short, and into left center field for a base hit. So after not allowing 2 hits through the first 4, back-to-back singles here to start.
You mentioned Grissett and the high pitch count. I mean, looking at the numbers earlier today, he had 16 strikeouts. That was second most of the pitchers on the Skeeters starting staff, although he had the least amount of innings pitched. So sometimes, you know, he was getting deep into counts with the strikeouts. I mean, it's not much you can do there, but really doing a nice job of kind of pitching to contact a little better tonight.
Let's see if Grissett can settle down here. Skeeters up 11-0 here in the top of the 5th. This one misses, 1 ball and no strikes to count. Skeeters 11 runs on 8 hits, no runs on 2 for the Blue Crabs. Skeeters also, everything starting to really improve. I mentioned the Skeeters were 7th in the league in fielding for a while. They are now 2nd in the league in fielding. Now granted, between first and last is a matter of 15 errors to 18. And 4 of the 18 have 18 errors, and 2 of them have 17. And the final 2 with 15. But the Skeeters 2nd in the league in fielding percentage. They are 2nd in the league in average, 284, and just percentage points behind Lancaster, who's also at 284. Skeeters now 4th in the league in pitching at 375 for team ERA. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Teodoro Martinez, who came in for Johnny Bladell after being hit by the pitch and going to first and stealing second. He wound up coming out of this game. It's 1 low and in, 3-1, and Grissett has suddenly lost the strike zone here. You think he's thinking about this too much? Like, I got to get through the 5th? I haven't done it 2 starts in a row?
Well, remember, it was with Mitch Talbot on a Monday. I mean, when we had it was like, I think, a 9-run inning in the 4th inning, and Mitch came out and looked a little bit different that next inning. He looked a little less sharp. And, I mean, now it's been kind of 2 straight innings where Ben Grissett's had to really wait some time.
And ball 4, and this is not what you want to do with an 11-0 lead. He has loaded the bases with nobody out, and somebody needs to come out and talk to him, and right on cue, Corey Dommel, Skeeters pitching coach, we're trying to settle down his pitcher.
Kind of like to your point on the defense, I mean, with the Skeeters, it really starts with the middle. I mean, you got Rondon at short, you got Derek Norris behind the plate, you got Barrett Barnes just played a spectacular center field. Guy like Jan Santi, who, you know, he's not, I wouldn't say his defense is his calling card, but he plays a good second base over there, and his versatility, I think, makes him valuable. But when you have guys like that up the middle, I think that's where your defense is going to live and die.
Right, look at the pitch count here on Grissett. 73 pitches, and he has only gotten 84 as his max this season, so you have to be a little concerned. Don will just a quick chat. He will return to the dugout, and hopefully his words of wisdom will quickly straighten out Grissett. Teodoro Martinez will bat here for the first time in this game.
Yeah, I'm Grissett here. I mean, I go heavy fastball. You know, you got a guy in Teodoro Martinez hasn't even gotten a plate appearance this series. You know, make him beat you. You got the bases loaded to force at any base. Really, just you got to make him find a gap, find a hole, and make him do some damage.
238, no home runs, no RBIs for Teodoro. He is 5 for 21 this season. First pitch here, big overhand curve, catches the outside corner for a strike. So Damo, whatever he said was magic. Go ahead, 0-1.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the pitching coach because, like I said, I would have went fastball heavy. That goes with the bender there. That was a great pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Has been Grisett's bread and butter. His curveball has been sharp tonight. A big 6 to 8 inch break at times. This one low, 1-1.
If you can locate it too on the outside part of a plate to right-handed hitter, I mean that's money. That's going to be a tough pitch to hit. Guys will pull off that all the time.
Grissett pitching from the stretch with the bases full here. He'll look at second, just briefly, and come home. Swung and a miss, 1-2. Grissett in a strikeout position here. Still nobody out. Bases loaded here. Top of the fifth. Skeeters leading 11-0. Skeeters scored 14 runs just a few nights ago in game 1 of this series. That was their high. Looking to break that. The 1-2. Swung and fouled down the right side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, you thought that season high might stick around for at least a week, but it could be in jeopardy tonight.
Well, that's the big 4 days. Grissett will throw another 1-2 here. They'll set up inside, and this one is just a little low, 2-2. Now Grissett has to get aggressive here. Does not want to go full with the bases loaded.
Yeah, when you have an 11-0 lead, I mean, walks are completely unacceptable. I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't be just firing at the strike zone here.
Oh, no action in the Skeeters pen, so he's going to be in here for a while unless he just gets racked. The 2-2. This one nubbed off the mitt of Grissett, and everyone's going to be safe. A run's going to score. It's 11-1. What a bad break. Grissett, a little over aggressive. I think he was thinking 2 immediately, and an unfortunate break. Go down as a hit, an RBI for Martinez. And now the Skeeters up by a small margin of 10.
I mean, on the bright side, if you're Ben Grissett, everybody advances just 1 base. Still got the bases loaded to force at any base. I mean, ground ball gets you 2, you think. So you're not too deep at the hole, but he's got to throw some strikes.
Joey Wong will step in, so he'll have an advantage here, a lefty-lefty matchup. He has walked Wong both times up. First pitch here is low, 1-0. Wong checked his swing but laid off. Scoreboard operator still has a 3-2 pitch with only 1 pitch thrown, so needs to change it. The 0-1. There's one swung and fouled. Is that off the umpire? 1-1.
That was kind of an interesting little foul ball there, but he's playing with fire there too. That slider looked like it was a little bit up in the zone there. Joey Wong took a healthy hack at it.
Grissett starting the pile of pitches up here. 83 pitches now. Mentioned his season high 84, so he's going to tie it right here. He's going to have to probably get to 100 just to get out of this inning. Big overhand curve, 2-1. Grissett really struggling here in the 5th after 4 great innings of shutout baseball and no hits.
Yeah, and you don't want a guy to go away with what's been working, and really, like you mentioned earlier, it's been the breaking stuff that's really been his calling card, but kind of surprised to see him not use a fastball a little heavier with a lead like this.
The 2-1. Swung and missed, 2-2. Good pitch there. That was just the fastball. Blows it past him. Needs to get it out here. 11 runs for the Skeeters on 9 hits. The Blue Crabs 1 run on 3 hits. They've gotten all 3 hits here in the top of the 5th. Still nobody out. This one swung and fouled off left side. Count remains 2-2.
I don't know if you'll agree with me on this. A lot of a no-hitter, if you're able to kind of complete it, and he was through 4 innings without a hit. I think it's just the rhythm you get yourself in, and I mean, whether it's a no-hitter or not, or just being able to be effective, he's kind of out of his rhythm now, and I think you're starting to see that with he's just having a lot of trouble finding that strike zone, which had really not been an issue.
You can't say it was the long layoff. He had 4 runs scored in the first and third. This one, he's going to let go. This should be 2. Jansanti steps on second. The throw to first in time gets 2, and they'll trade 2 outs for a run as Gonzalez touches home. 2 outs, 1 on, and it is an 11-2 game. Well, that'll go down as a 4-3 DP.
Yeah, whether that was on purpose or not, kudos to Ben Grissett for letting that one roll by him. Almost an identical kind of hit there as Teodoro Martinez.
Kalika Kau'alala down at third with 2 down as the 3-hole hitter Ryan Strausberger steps in. And the first pitch here, a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. So maybe Grissett has found that strike zone. Now the question is, still don't see any action in the Skeeters' pen. If he gets the batter here, would he come out for a 6th? You have to think, why not at least start him? Maybe he doesn't finish the inning, but he's quickly closing in on 90 pitches here. Now at 86. Correction, 87. 50 for strikes. The 1-1. This one, a great off-speed pitch, just misses inside, 2-1. Wow, that looked pretty good.
I mean, yeah, kudos to Connor Way last night for picking up 3 1/3, but you still have to use 4 relievers. I mean, so like you said, it'd be ideal for him to at least come out for the next inning if he's able to get this out.
The 2-1 here from the Skeeters lefty is fouled back into all right. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in. Runner down at third. Skeeters are leading 11-2 here in the top half of the 5th. Grissett taking a lot more time now. His fatigue is becoming a factor. This one is hit out to right field. That's a base hit. And that'll get the runner in from third. It is an 11-3 game. He is still at that 4 2/3. It's been 2 straight games. He has not qualified for the win, and the Skeeters have won both, which says he's been a good pitcher for the Skeeters, but just cannot get through 5. And he's got a big leeway here, but just wonder how long they'll stay with him.
Yeah, I kind of lost him. I mean, too. His calling card the last couple of years really has been relief pitching. He didn't make a start last year at the professional level. He's been mostly reliever, so I think it's more coincidental that it's this 4 2/3 mark that seems to be kind of eating away at him. But just in general, length has not been the thing he's been doing a lot.
Now at 90 pitches, Sanko steps in, takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. He's 0 for 2. He has flatted to center and struck out. One of 3 strikeouts Grissett has. The 1-0. Check swing. A little bit high. He does not go 2-0.
Kind of sticking with Connor Wade, too. I mean, now with the rotation spot open, Connor Wade started his whole professional career. You wonder if maybe he's done enough to earn himself at least a couple starts, kind of see what they have in him, because 3 of his 5 relief appearances here, too, have been more than 2 innings. So kind of should see how that works.
3-0 now here on Sanko. And you can feel Grissett getting frustrated from here. Pitched a terrific game. Really just needs 1 more out. The 3-0. This one high and inside, and he wasn't even close on that. Second walk of the inning. 5th of the game for Grissett, who just cannot finish off this inning.
Starting to see some bodies moving around down there in the bullpen, too.
Stretching out. So runner at first here with 3 runs in. I'm bringing Corey Vaughn. Vaughn has popped out twice. Once to short, once to first. He's 0 for 2.
As big as this lead is, too, though, I mean, you're looking at a guy, Corey Vaughn. I've already seen the power left the yard earlier this series. I mean, that's a 5-run game if he's able to hit one over the fence here. So
yep,
this is a big at-bat.
This pitch will be pitch number 95 from Grissett. This one is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1 the count. Vaughn came in 232, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. This is the time you need a catcher like Derek Norris behind the dish. The 0-1. This one in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I guess one of the downers of this inning too is Corey Dummel already out to see Ben Grissett, so they want to go out and see him again. It's going to be for a pitching change, so he's kind of on his own island here.
Wonder if he doesn't get this batter and loads the bases again. Will this be all? Nobody's throwing yet in the Skeeters pen though. Big curveball, and there's a strike. He should just stick with that curve and get out of this inning. Now ahead 1-2.
Yeah, he's got a little Barry Zito in him. It seems like that curveball is kind of his first pitch rather than the fastball.
Fans coming alive here. They want Grissett to get out of this inning too. The 1-2. Swung and rope foul down the left side. I guess he was waiting on that curve this time. Count remains 1-2.
There's been a lot of, diluting of the win stat, but I'll tell you what, I mean, it means a lot to those players. Those guys know what they mean to the pitchers, and you got to imagine P wants it just as bad as Ben. He wants him to get on the record there and get on record for this W.
Sure, it's definitely a confidence builder. Again, the 1-2. Swung and foul back, and Grissett could just not polish off Vaughn here. So this next pitch will be pitch number 100 for Grissett.
You have to imagine, too, if it wasn't for the lead, he probably wouldn't be in the game at this point either with the way he struggled.
Now action begins in the Skeeters bullpen. I think that is Alejandro Chacin. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. This might be his last batter if he loses it.
Yeah.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 3 in. Skeeters leading by 8, 11-3 here in the top of the 5th. Grissett, a long look in here. Now he's ready from the stretch. Looks at second, comes home. Swung and hit to third. Cordero, backhander. The third baseman steps on third, and he gets his pitcher out of it. Skeeters with an 11-3 lead here. So Grissett trying to get through 5. Well, this is the third pitcher. And the Blue Crabs aren't even through 5 yet. Top of the order here in the bottom of the 5th, Kyle Kibitza, Matt Chavez, Derek Norris. The Skeeters have sent 8 men to the plate in each of the last 2 innings. Have an 8-run lead, 11-3 here. First pitch to Kibitza is popped up. I am never going to get an interview from this guy again. He has struck out, lined out, grounded out, and now popped out. I'm sorry, Kyle. I apologize. And talk about this guy as a former big league. I mean, what a pro big league interview he was before the game. He was
great.
just terrific. Matt Chavez will step in. 1 for 3 for Matt. He singled and scored. Flying up to center, grounded out to third. Generally, my interviews are good luck. This could set a bad trend here.
I like how he kind of addressed the question, too, before he even asked it. He kind of knew it was coming about Paul Goldschmidt and whether he saw greatness in him. I think it's kind of a cliche question, but at the same time, sometimes they're just guys you just know. It's like, man, that guy's special. I'm sure like Mike Trout, people that play with him in the minors would tell you the same thing.
No doubt. Like people in high school saying
exactly. Yeah, what a treat, too, to be playing, I mean, in the same infield. He said he was a third baseman, so I mean, throwing across the infield. There he is, Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, that's something you get to take with you for the rest of your life. That's pretty cool.
When Camden was a franchise in this league, they had a South Jersey Hall of Fame inside the stadium, and they had a whole bunch of stuff from Trout in there. It was really cool. He's a Jersey guy, or as they like to say, Joyzy guy. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Skeeters with an 11-3 lead here. The 1-1. Swung and missed, and a ball low and away, 1-2. Rousseau, a California guy like my broadcast partner from Monterey to San Jose State.
It's not a bad place to spend a few years up there in the Bay Area.
Did not have a great career there, I'll tell you that though. 6-13 with a 5.43 ERA in 4 seasons.
Yeah, Skeeters don't have, I mean, he's a guy like this. I mean, he's just been strictly independent ball his whole career. But I mean, second year in Southern Maryland, left-hander out of the bullpen. Those guys are always nice to have.
Not unfamiliar with playing in Texas. Played for the Texas Air Hogs in 2016. The 1-2. This is outside 2-2. Lifetime he is 9-13, a 5.49 ERA and a save.
Kind of interesting too. He spent a little time in 2014 with the Pacific Association, and Matt Chavez as well spent a time there. He actually tore it up there. Ended up getting in contact with the Padres based off that.
Russo strikes out Chavez. There's 2 down, and Russo has bring some sanity to the Blue Crabs pitching.
Yeah, Grissett's control issues almost made you forget about David Perez. I mean, he was just as, if not more, wild the previous inning.
Derek Norris has been on each of his last 2 times up after flying it to center. He was hit by a pitch, walked. He has scored 2 runs and stolen a base. But I assure you the bag is still there. They're pink tonight, actually, for Pink in the Park. No pink for you?
No pink today, but I will say that's one of my favorite things on Mother's Day too for Major League Baseball. I see when they use the pink bats. I think that's really cool.
That's great.
Yeah, they went all out. They got the pink unis, the pink bats. Umpires wearing the pink wristbands.
That was cool. I thought it was nice that the umpires joined in.
Yeah.
They was wearing all black or blue. The 0-1. There's one low and in. 1-1 here to Derek Norris. Norris came in 250 with a home run and 9 RBIs. You can have one of these jerseys. They're auctioning off right behind me and Ryan here, behind the press box. I don't mean right behind us. I mean outside the press box. There is not an auction here in the broadcast booth. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. I'll auction Ryan off. Gonna get $10. Anybody? 10? Do I get 20?
$10. Generous. Think highly of me.
I'm starting high, you know.
Yeah. Don't want to lowball yourself. I understand.
Be like Chris Elliott in Groundhog Day. I got him for 2 bits. 3 balls and 1 strike to count here on Norris. Skeeters with an 11-3 lead here. The 3-1 by the lefty. This one is hit past the diving third baseman Edwin Garcia. So Norris on for the 3rd time tonight. Hit by pitch, walk now is single. Derek, over these last few games, his stroke getting better and better. That'll bring in Albert Cordero. I don't know what he has to do to get better and better. 4 for 5 last night, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. Tonight, been on base twice already, a single, a walk. He has scored a run, struck out last time up. The switch hitter will turn around again and go back to hitting from the right side against the lefty, David Wayne Russo.
That's Derek Norris's 5th hit this series, his first single. So, kind of an oddity that Derek Norris didn't split a gap or hit one over the wall there.
10th hit of the night for the Skeeters. This one, a bullet down the left side, foul. Skeeters got 4 in the first, 4 in the third, 3 in the fourth. Blue Crabs got 3 of their own in the top half of this inning here in the 5th. Skeeters lead 11-3. Russo 12 pitches, 7 for strikes. Russo will kick and deal the 0-1. Swan and belts it into left field. That's going to be another hit. This one will rattle around in the corner. Around first, heading for second is Norris. Cordero will dig for second. Here comes the throw. He slides in safely. Skeeters have their 11th hit. Have runners on second and third. 2 on and 2 out here for Anthony Jansanti. Cordero remains hot. On base 3 times with 2 more hits here tonight.
It's got to look like a beach ball up to him out there at this point. I mean, that's 11 hits.
Maybe that was one of the pink beach balls we have here tonight.
I guess so. I mean, it's most hitters would dream of having the kind of series Albert Cordero's having. I mean, 3 home runs to boot too. It's not like he's just getting singles through the finding holes. I mean,
probably has 3 more bats here tonight too. In steps Jansanti, who has 2 hits of his own. He has scored 2 runs and an RBI. Between those 2 singles, he has fly to center, so he's 2 for 3. First pitch misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Russo from the stretch, with runners on second and third, kicks, deals, and this one high and outside 2-0. Jansanti with that very, very quick bat. They'll set up low and away, and the 2-0 by Russo is a strike at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike on number 2-1, Anthony Jansanti.
We were talking a few broadcasts about the way too early batting title races. Matt Travis's biggest opponent might be his own teammate Cordero, up to 392 after that hit. I mean, he is absolutely on fire.
Still 3.5 months to go, just a little early.
Never too early. I'm all over it.
The 2-1. This one is fouled off to the right side. Had a player to me say years ago, "Hey, can you see if we can get that changed to a hit?" I said, first of all, I have no say. Secondly, I was like, "Oh, come on, you got to go to bat for me. I'm in a batting race." I said, "It's May."
Oh, I don't think that's going to be a problem for Cordero. I mean, he just splitting gaps into the ball over the fence. He's no question about his hits right now. That is pretty funny, though.
The 2-2. Swan and foul tipped into the catcher at Gonzalez's mitt, and that will do it. 2 strikeouts in the inning. No runs for Sugarland on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on.
case, but no, that makes him. He's ran a reliever by trade in the minors too. So
this one swung and a miss, strike 3. So 2 straight strikeouts to start for Chassin. Here we go, a good point. Felipe Polino has been really effective because he's a former starter, has 5 pitches as a closer. So 2 out, none on here for Jose Gonzalez. Last time out for Chassin was in this series in the Skeeters 6-4 win. He went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 run on 1 hit, no walks, no Ks. He's allowed just 2 runs overall in 2 out of his 8 relief appearances. Schedule the final numbers here on Ben Grissett. Grissett goes over the century mark, 101 pitches, 57 for strikes, 44 balls. His total line looks like this: 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 5 walks and 3 strikeouts, but he is in line for the win. Certainly deserved it after those 4 shutout innings of no run, no hit ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Gonzalez. Gonzalez 1 for 2. He has lined up to left, singled and scored. Swung and missed. And Chassin really baffling hitters here. 1 strike away from striking out the side in order.
This might be one of the more effective innings we've seen from him this entire season. He's coming in and I don't know how many balls he's thrown. It can't be more than 3 or 4.
3. He has thrown 8 of 11 pitches for strikes. On the outside corner, strike 3. Chassin strikes out the side in order. They will pass the boot. And the Sugarland Skeeters listen each and every Friday night for the game of the week right here, both at home and on the road for the entire 2018 season. 96.1 FM and the Skeeters. It doesn't get any sweeter. Now, Skeeters have an 8-run lead. It'll be Courtney Hawkins. What is he going to do for an encore here? To lead off, he has a 3-run homer, a double that drove it in, a walk, and he's scored 2 runs. 6, 7, and 8. Hawkins, Barrett Barnes, Dennis Phipps. This one is grounded to third, and they finally figured out a way to get Hawkins out. 1 pitch, 1 out, a ground out to third. There's 1 down. Barrett Barnes will step in. Still continues to get on base. He has walked, was hit by a pitch, and even drove in a run with that hit by pitch. He's also flied out to right. And His on-base percentage really tells his story. Batting just .220, but that is not the story. His on-base percentage at .415. 195 points higher, not too shabby.
Say walks as good as a hit, and he's reached safely 12 of his last 22 at bats entering this game. I mean, so better than a 500 clip.
First pitch here by the lefty, David Wayne Russo, is on for his second inning of work. That was pitch number 20 by Russo. 12 of them for strikes. The 1-0 swung and foul deep down the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Skeeters with an 8-run lead, 11-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The southpaw Russo will fire the 1-1. Curveball misses outside. Gonzalez tried to frame it on the outside corner, but Eric Davis says no. 2-1. Russo's ready. We will go back outside again. The 2-1. Swung and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Fastball. A little late was Barnes. See if they go inside this time. Nope, they're going to go back out. The 2-2. Swung and a little dribbler left side of the mound. Russo spins, fires. Nice play by the pitcher. Threw it a little bit towards right field. Good stretch by Sanko at first. 1-3 put out, and there's 2 down.
There's many advantages to being a left-hander as far as pitching goes, but that's another one right there where he didn't have to turn his whole body, kind of creates his own angle. That was a very, very nice play by Russo.
The Winceps Dennis Phipps. The Skeeters right-hand hitting DH, having a perfect night. 3 at-bats, 3 singles, 4 RBIs.
Dangerous spot here for Russo because he's up at the pitch count. You got a guy in Dennis Phipps clearly seeing the ball pretty well, a lot of power, so interesting to see how this goes.
On a fastball high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Phipps 2-run single in the 4th. Gave the Skeeters an 11-0 lead. They lead 11-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. This one fouls off to the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. You know, watching Atlantic League Baseball here for 7 years, you lose a player, sometimes you can't recover for him. But it seems like every time Inky loses a player, the team gets better.
I was a little concerned when they lost Ryan Jackson. He wasn't doing that well with a bat, but the way he was handling shortstop was bar none. And, you see Rondon pick up right where left off.
Ground ball the 3rd. It's going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning, all via the ground. Here as we move to the top of the 7th inning. Alejandro Chacin still on the hill for the Skeeters. What a job he did. David Wayne Russo had a 1-2-3 inning. So did Chacin. at the top of the inning, but he struck out the side in order. He will face 9-1-2 here. Kalika Ka'u'ala'ala, then back to the top of the order with Teodoro Martinez and Joey Wong. Ka'u'ala'ala has struck out and singled. Struck out and walked. He's 0 for 1. And steps the right-hand hitting second baseman, 0 for 14 now to start the season. Rejoining me here in the booth now, Will Scott. First pitch is low, 1-0. It is 11 runs on 11 hits. Blue Crabs 3 runs on 4. Wind has died down a bit. Once again, it is cooled down here at night. This one is chopped foul off of third. If it could cool down every night for the rest of the summer, it would be a perfect storm.
Exactly. We keep talking about how it's going to get warmer here soon, and we have yet to see that. I mean, we've had some amazing baseball weather these past couple of days in Sugarland.
Say the visibility is 10 miles. Can you see 10 miles from here?
Not quite. I mean, that
Superpowers aren't working.
Scoreboard in center is pretty big.
The 1-1. Swung and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. We are going to have a superhero night later in the season. You got a favorite superhero?
Oh, my goodness, Mr. Incredible. It's not even close.
Does he qualify for being a real superhero? He's a cartoon.
Oh, well, come on. He's got to count. He's Mr. Incredible. You even have the Incredibles theme music in our...
It doesn't change my stance. This one is just a little low. Good pitch by Chacin. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looked like he had his 4th straight strikeout. See if Chacin can get it anyway here. They set up low and away. And this one on the... No! Did he get it? Yes, he did. That very small strike. 4 straight strikeouts for Chacin as he freezes Ka'u'ala'ala. What a job out of the bullpen Chacin has done.
Solid all years. I'm sure he mentioned 2.25 ERA, and he has done his job tonight. Making sure the Blue Crabs don't get any closer to that 11-run Skeeter. 11 runs the Skeeters have.
Teodoro Martinez as we go back to the top of the order. He is grounded to the third, was hit by a pitch. Drove in a run with a single last time up. He's also stolen a base. This one is a strike. And I got to tell you, Eric Davis really has to make a little bit more emphatic strike. I can barely see from here if it's even a strike or not. He does it really low in his waist. I can't see through him. 0-1 the count here. Chacin deals. This one, a fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. None on. Skeeters leading by 8 here in the 7th, 11-3. Okay, so take Mr. Incredible out of this scenario.
Okay.
Kind of a movie superhero. A real actor, as this one is hit into right center field. That is going to be a base hit. Oh, that ends a string of 4 straight and 4 straight strikeouts by Chacin.
Probably have to say Batman.
Batman, good call.
What about you?
I've always been a Spider-Man guy, but Iron Man a close second.
Did you see the new movie?
Which
Avengers
one?
movie?
The what? The Avengers? No, haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet. I was going to ask.
I want to see
no
Black
spoilers.
Panther first because they're a big part of the Avenger movie, and I haven't gotten to see that yet.
That
so I want to see them in order. Was?
Very, very good.
In steps Joey Wong, who has walked twice and hit into a double play. This one is off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Pink in the Park night here tonight. Last chance to bid on these jerseys. It ends here in this inning. This one is low and away. Actually, I'm sorry, it actually has ended already. So if you didn't get your bid in, sorry, it's too late.
We saw the Star Wars unis earlier in the season and alternate unis a couple nights ago, but man, these might have to be my favorite. I mean, fantastic look for the Skeeters tonight.
The 2-0, this one is skied to left field. Hawkins going back, still going back on the warning track. Brings it down in the Bud Light ice sign. For out number 2, a long out there. That'll bring in Ryan Strasburger, who has hit into a double play, struck out, and had an RBI single last time up.
Strasburger extending that hitting streak to 8 games.
Strasburger came in at 297, a pair of home runs and 11 RBIs. Jacine looks off to his left. I thought maybe Hawkins was not back in his position, but he was. First pitch by the right-hander and former big leaguer is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Skeeters up 11-3 here. The 0-1 by the right-hander. This one is a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Jacine gets a sign from Derek Norris, the big league battery. They set up outside, the 0-2. Swung and fouls off to the right side. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. No action in the Skeeters pen. You wonder if Jacine gets Strasburger here, if he'll come out for a 3rd inning.
Well, not only is he dominating this far, but not really on a short leash. Skeeters up 8 runs, and Jacine doing his job. So Pete Incavilla likes to go with the hot hand.
The 0-2. Swung and a slow grounder towards second. Jansanti will charge it, fire it to first, 4-3 in the putout, and that'll do it. 7th inning stretch time. ball stretched out. We move to the bottom of the 7th inning. 9-1-2 here for the Skeeters. They're up by 8-11-3. Alvaro Rondon, Kyle Kubica, and Matt Chavez. First pitch to Rondon, way inside, almost hits him. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Rondon has a sac bunt, a sac fly RBI, and a fly to center. He's 0 for 1.
And the guy that almost just hit him, Jason Creasy, on the mound now for the Blue Crabs. 7.71 ERA in 7 innings pitched this season, 6 runs allowed on 9 hits. But he struck out 12.
Interesting. This one is hit down the left field line. It's a fair ball. It'll rattle around in the corner. Around first, heading for second is Rondon. Alvaro gets himself a stand-up leadoff double. For Rondon on the season. Let's take a look at how many doubles that is. That is double number 3. Alvaro starting to hit.
Just like Barnes, just a matter of time for Rondon.
Back to the top there with Kyle Kubica. He's got to get a hit here. He's never going to talk to me again. 0 for 4. The strikeout, a line out, a ground out, and a pop out. First pitch here, way inside. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
You'd hate to see another player get hit in this game.
One ball and no strikes to count.
Four players hit.
There's one swung and missed. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to count. The 1 ball, 1 strike count here to Kyle Kubica. This one is a little low and in. Good eye by Kubica. Kubica really always been a guy with a great plate discipline and a good eye. He was Texas State's all-time walk leader. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. The right-hander, Jason Creasy, swung and fouled up to the left side. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Think they can make any bat pink, just kind of paint over it, or is the bat made pink?
I would think that bat would be made pink, but I mean, we've seen the bases painted pink tonight, so it shouldn't be that hard to get a bat painted pink.
Yeah, but bat is lacquer.
Yeah.
Kind of could be hard to get pink paint on it. So on swung and a missed strike 3. And Kyle will be tagged, and he is 0 for 5. It's not my fault. I'm a victim. First strikeout for Creasy. 1 on and 1 out here for Matt Chavez. Chavez struck out his last time up. He was also grounded out, flied out, and singled. Scored a run as well. He's 1 for 4. Chavez came in second in the league at 427, a home run and 11 RBIs. And Chavez does have some power. Mentioned just the 1 home run here, but it's a guy who has hit in double digits before. First pitch here is a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
He is 5th in slugging percentage in the Atlantic League, so you're right. He definitely has a lot of power. Only 1 home run, though, like you mentioned.
11 home runs in 2014 between the United League and the Frontier League. And then he hit 11 home runs as well the following year. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. We have something in common. We are both former members of the San Angelo Colts.
How about that? Go Colts.
The now defunct United League. The 1-1. This one high off the mid of the catcher Gonzalez. That'll be a wild pitch. Now Rondon will be at third with only 1 away. That's when you have to get out of the squatting position, leap up, and still miss it. Has to officially be a wild pitch.
In the 4th inning, there was 3 wild pitches. Skeeters scored 3 runs.
2 balls and 1 strike to count here on Chavez. There's one low and away. This one in the dirt as well. Good stop by Gonzalez. 3-1 the count.
Chavez got that big first inning going for the Skeeters with a double in his first at bat. Went on to score 4 runs, and the rest is history. 11-3 Sugarland lead.
The 3-1 here. This one is a little bit high and outside. Ball 4. Was he called back? And that wasn't fair. Chavez did the right thing. He waited for the call. Then he stepped towards first and was still called back with a strike. That'll run the count full now, 3-2. Infield is back. They will concede the run. You like that move? Down 8.
Shouldn't make that big of a difference, but
a 3-2 is nubbed towards first. This will get the run home anyway. There'll be a ground out, 3 unassisted. But Rondon moving on the pitch scores, and it is a 12-3 lead for the Skeeters. Ring Derek Norris. Norris flew out to center, but has reached each of the last 3 times up. He was hit by a pitch, he has walked, he has singled, he has scored 2, and he has stolen a base. He'll face the righty Jason Creasy here. Creasy, a North Carolina native. Drafted him in the 8th round by the Pirates in 2011. Last year spent time with the famed St. Paul Saints of the American Association. First pitch here is fouled back into our right. No balls and 1 strike to count. He was 4-5 with a 5.68 ERA. In 2015, while in the Pirates organization as a starter, in 25 starts, 27 appearances, he was 12-8, 4.41 ERA.
his teammate Angelo Sanko is also a former St. Paul Saint.
The king of the wacky promotions, Mike Veck. Of course, his dad, Bill Veck. And a book about him. Veck as in wreck. All these wacky minor league promotions that we do and everybody else does, that was all Bill Veck's invention. Great new ballpark there too in St. Paul in Minnesota. This one is a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. We actually had Mike Veck here on the broadcast in 2014 when Sugarland hosted the 2014 All-Star game. He was entertaining. This one is fouled off to the right side. Count remains 1-2.
So Veck came in town for the All-Star game?
Yes, he did. Spoke to all the players and everybody in attendance up at the Insperity Club, and he's quite the speaker. I gotta say, he was extremely entertaining. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 in. Skeeters are leading 12-3. This one is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here.
What I've noticed from Derek Norris in these past couple games, he's being a lot more patient in his at-bats, not swinging at stuff down and away on a 2-strike pitch. It's really starting to turn it around.
Norris steps back in here. You're right, he has been hitting much better, seeing the ball better, being more patient. Except, as I mentioned it there, he's before did not walk a batter. Just one over the minimum. Retired 6 of 7. And now it's West here. This one swung on a ground to the right side. Diving stop to Anthony Jansanti's left, but it gets past him and into right field. Got a piece of it. Knocked it down, but it trickled off of his mid and into right field. Great effort by Anthony. That'll bring in Corey Vaughn, who is 0 for 3. He has popped out to short, popped out to first, and grounded out to third. With the Skeeters leading by 9. In steps Corey Vaughn. This one is strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. 1 on, none out. Vaughn came in at 232, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. West, a long look in here. Look over his left shoulder at the runner at first, so I can't think is going to steal down 9 runs. This one low and away. 1-1. One ball and 2 strikes to count. Skeeters leading 12-3 here in the top half of the 8th inning. They set up low and away, and the 1-2 pitch here by the right-hander West. Swung and missed strike 3, foul tipped into the mitt of Norris. A 1 on and 1 out, first strikeout for West. That'll bring in Devin Rodriguez, the left-handed hitting DH. Rodriguez came in at .319, no home runs at 6 RBIs. He has walked, rounded at the third, and struck out. West signed by the Skeeters yesterday. This one is hit into the net here behind me, or in front of me, I should say. That'd be tough behind me. Also spent some time here in Texas at the big league level. West with the Rangers. That was in 2014. Made 3 appearances, no record of .675 ERA. Lifetime minor league record 11-11 at .354 ERA for West. Big league totals, no record of .386 ERA in 5 appearances. The 0-1, check swing, but he went there. You gonna say he didn't go? Wow. But he clearly went around. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Skeeters leading by 9 here, 12-3. I don't know how he didn't go around there. West, 9 pitches, 7 for strikes. West takes a look at first. He'll deliver the 1-1 here to the left-hand hitting Rodriguez. This one is skied left side. Cordero gives it a quick look, but knows that he's going to run out of room fast, and that went into the seats, 1-2. 12 runs on a dozen hits for the Skeeters, 3 runs on 6 hits for the Blue Crabs. No errors on either side of the ledger.
Rodriguez started this series, Ira, 5 for 8, really tore it up in the first 2 games, but he's 1 for 9 since.
The Skeeters have stymied him in the last 2 games. The 1-2. On and hit foul, a bullet down the right side. Looks like everybody's okay, I hope. Everyone's okay. Somebody's got the ball, a young man. Like a young Will Scott.
It was me not too long ago. as you like to say.
I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not.
I've never gotten a foul ball at a game, ever.
Me neither. The 1-2, I've come close a handful of times, too.
Even when I was going to Astros games, when they were losing 110 games a year, no one was there. Still couldn't get a foul ball. Almost got a home run ball at the game the other night. It landed about 3 rows behind me. But
shouldn't say that. I got one ball. I was working the World Baseball Classic. We were in Mexico City. The ball, and we were outside of the press box, so there wasn't enough room in the press box, and we were sitting at this table for some of the media. The ball bounced, landed right on the table. I mean, stopped.
wow.
That's not really catching a ball. This one is swung and missed. Strike 3. After a leadoff single to Sanko, West strikes out the next 2. That was pretty cool getting a World Baseball Classic ball.
This gift wrap to you, landed it right on your desk.
Yeah. So 2 outs, 1 on. Edwin Garcia will step in. He grounded at the short. Was robbed of a hit by Alvaro Rondon. He has singled and scored and struck out, so 1 for 3 for the right-hand hitting third baseman. First pitch here by West, swung and fouled just above us. No balls and 1 strike to count. Skeeters up by 9 here.
After starting 0 for 8 against Sugar Land, Edwin Garcia 7 for 11. Starting to figure stuff out. He's got his average all the way up to 255. It was as low as 239.
That's Albert Cordero-esque. He set up low and away, and the 0-1 by the former big leaguer is in the dirt, 1-1.
You mentioned Matt West, a Houston guy, and pitching in front of his hometown fans. It's great to see. Always like to add local guys to the roster.
The 1-1. This one is high. 2 balls and a strike here. On to Bel Air High School in Houston.
MLB debut came with the Texas Rangers, so stayed in state for a little while.
Was a hitter when he was first drafted. Hit 241 as a third baseman. Topping out at low A. His best tool was always his arm, so the Rangers gave him a shot at the mound. Got all the way up to big leagues with Texas.
Kind of Jason Lane-like.
Exactly. Threw at one time as high as 98 miles an hour. Fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. This one is fouled off to the right side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 1 on. The Skeeters leading 12-3 here in the top half of the 8th inning.
Matt West with the chance to strike out the side in his Skeeters debut.
They set up outside. The 2-2 by the right-hander. Swung and fouled off to the right side. Count remains 2-2. West will do it one more time. Let's take a look at the pitch count here. Very good. 19 pitches, 15 of them for strikes, just 4 balls. Might be another weapon in that bullpen. Now 6 former big leaguers as relief pitchers here. That doesn't include 2 big league starters in Marshall and Talbot. The 2-2. Swollen and poke foul down the right side. Staying alive here. Count again remains 2-2. We'll see Talbot tomorrow, actually. It'll be Talbot, who's 2-1 with a respectable 1.57 ERA against right-handed Joey Wagman, the Game 1 starters. Wagman 0-2 with a 7.71 ERA after getting pounded. And the Skeeters 14-2 Game 1 win. Talbot had 7 shutout innings in that Game 1 win. Mitch amongst the leaders in ERA in the Atlantic League. Nice one low and away. Did he go around? He did. And West after. In steps Cordero, the switch hitter. Batting here from the left side. And is he a knuckleball pitcher? Is that what I'm seeing here? I'm going to have to use my superpowers on this one. Let's see here. Yes, he is. Ground ball to second. Backhanded and through the wickets of Ka'u Ala Ala. Should be an E4. Cordero on again here.
So not only do you have Richard Mariano Jr., who is playing his first season of professional baseball, but he also is a knuckleballer. How about that?
So in steps Anthony Jansanti. That is officially ruled an E4. Cordero finds another way to reach first. Anthony Jansanti steps in. He is 2 for 4. He has singled twice. He has scored twice and driven in a run. He's also flied out and struck out last time up. For his First pitch here is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. And the knuckleball, well, it's either hit or miss. And Chansanti just loading up.
He was waiting
Crushes it down the left side, 1-1. Bob Euchre said it best. It's easy to catch a knuckleball. Just wait for it to stop rolling and pick it up. Some catchers use an extra big mitt. And for a while, the Orioles, when a guy bottomed out, maybe a guy just throwing 85 and his ERA is high, they would give him one last shot and try to teach him the knuckleball. And if that didn't work, it's time for releasing. This one is through the left side for a base hit. Not a good start here. And now it gets past the left fielder, Strasburger, and going to put runners on second and third. No errors through the first 7 and 2 here in the 8th for the Blue Crabs. Getting back to your defensive point. That was just kind of lackadaisical play out there and left.
Some fielding woes in this game for Southern Maryland, to say the least. Even though they only have 3 errors, it feels like a lot more than that.
And Courtney Hawkins will step in. He's already got 4 RBIs in this one. Now is a chance for a few more with runners on second and third and nobody out. He is homered a 3-run shot, an RBI double. Swings and misses here. He has walked and scored and grounded out the third last time up.
You mentioned that the knuckleball is really hit or miss. I mean, you have to think of R.A. Dickey, a guy that had, a Cy Young season in New York. But other than that, he kind of had a mediocre career.
Knuckleball, you're a hero today and gone tomorrow. Charlie Huff of the Rangers had a very good career. Phil Necro, a 300-game winner. This one swung and grounded foul behind the plate. Tim Wakefield.
5 of R.A. Dickey's 17 seasons, he only had an ERA below 4. Not the production you want, but he did that to give him that one Cy Young season. Look good there, the Mets.
The 1-2 swung and a miss, strike 3. Out number 1 here, and Phil Necro got to the Hall of Fame with that knuckleball. 300-game winner, but he did something in one season nobody has ever done before. He won 20 and lost 20 in the same season. 21 and 20. That is a lot of decisions.
It's hard, for pitchers to stay healthy and even get 20 decisions in a season these days. And they get 20 wins is really impressive, but 20 wins and 20 losses?
That was during the 4-man rotation days. So on a slow roller foul off of third. No balls and 1 strike to count. Skeeters up big here and looking for more. They're up 12-3. And runners on second and third and only 1 away here. Dennis Phipps on deck. Barnes has been on base twice with a walk and a hit by pitch, and that was a pretty good knuckleball right there. Called the ball. Wow, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, 2 on. Skeeters up by 9, 12-3, and the knuckleball hits him, and once again Barnes on. He has walked and been hit by a pitch twice now. Also, more interesting, the bases are loaded here for Dennis Phipps, who is 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Phipps, 3 singles, those 4 ribbies grounded at the second last time up. And here comes James Frisbee. Frisbee, when he is upset, has that fast pace out to the mound, but there is nobody warming in the Crab Shack out there, so he is going to stay in this game. Remember, our good friend Matt Deaton, following the game after the fireworks, will be in the Insperity Club. Matt Deaton, first appearance here in 2018. He'll be here a few times, playing live upstairs in the Insperity Club after the game. If you're already up there, stick around. And if you're not, come on up to the Insperity Club. The always funny, entertaining, versatile Austin artist plays just about everything from country to rock to 80s music and even takes requests. So make sure to catch the fun and talented Matt Deaton live tonight in the Insperity Club here at Constellation Field. Big knuckleball. That one stays high. A 1 ball and no strikes to count. Still only 1 away here. Phipps, if he goes yard, will have himself an 8 RBI night. It's a week's worth. It's 1 outside, 2-0.
Phipps was 1 for 16 coming into this game.
This one in the dirt, 3-0.
And you can't tell that tonight. He is, and we knew it was going to be just a matter of time before he got going, coming from Venezuela. Knew he was going to be a little bit rusty, but he's knocked that rust off for sure tonight.
I think he's got the green light here on 3-0. Oh, he takes it down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Now a 3-1 count. Bases loaded, nowhere to put Phipps. He's going to load up here. A 3-1 curveball, high and inside, ball 4. A walk for Phipps. He gets his 5th RBI of the night, on base for the 4th time. And the Skeeters take a 13-3 lead. They're up 10 now. The merry-go-round continues here as Alvaro Rondon steps in. Rondon having himself a good night. He had a sac bunt, a sac fly RBI, a fly to center, and a double, and scored a run last time up. So he is 1 for 2. And steps the left-hander hitting shortstop. This one high and outside. Mariano Jr. 18 pitches now, 9 for strikes, 9 for balls. This one is served out to left field, and Rondon going to have himself an RBI. And of course, sportsman-like, they only go 1 base at a time, up 10 runs. Second RBI of the night for Rondon. Still no action in the pen. This might become a long inning here as we go back to the top of the order with Kyle Kubica.
At the bottom of the order, just got a run in, and now you got the top of the order coming in. Only 1 out, bases loaded.
First pitch here. This one is just a little inside. 1-0 here on Kubica. Kubica has struck out twice, including last time up. He has lined out, ground out, and popped out. 0 for 5 so far. The 1-0. This one misses inside 2-0. And that knuckleball dances. It could dance all over the place. And right now, Mariano Jr. has no control of it. 10 strikes, 11 balls. And this one goes to the backstop. No advance by the runners, however.
I think the Skeeters could have gotten a run in there, but like you said, sportsmanlike, choosing not to go. Already up 11 runs.
Skeeters leading 14-3 with 2 more here in the 8th. And ball 4 as this merry-go-round continues as Kubica gets himself an RBI walk here and is now a 15-3 lead. Matt Chavez with RBI opportunities as well.
Blue Crabs bullpen no longer inactive, and understandably so.
So Enstaff Chavez, who has a 1 for 5 night with a single and a run scored. First pitch here is strike, no balls and 1 strike to count. It is 15 runs on 14 hits, 3 runs, 6 hits, and a pair of errors for the Blue Crabs. This one misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 down. Skeeters looking to take a 3-2 series lead here. This one swung and a miss, 1-2. And I will sarcastically say, if they hold on here.
We don't want any broadcaster jinxes late in the game, Ira.
I am fully confident the Skeeters up 12 will win this game. This one swung and fouled off down the right side. Count remains 1-2 on Chavez. But the only thing the Skeeters have not done in this game is batted around, and they're 2 batters away from doing that. Actually, 1 batter if after Chavez here, unless they ground into a double play, we'll see a 9th hitter. Richard Mariano Jr. kicks and fires the 1-2, and this one is a little bit high and outside, 2-2. Can't make out who's warming up in that pen. superpowers, better known as binoculars, are failing me. There's one down low. That'll run the count full 3-2 and in danger of walking another run in here.
He had him.
That is Shane Watson warming up down there.
Guys really struggled. Finally had an opportunity to get a strikeout. He was up 1-2 in the count, and now just like this, just like that, it's a payoff pitch.
The 3-2. And this one is hit through the left side for a base hit. This will get another run across. RBI number 12, and it is a 16-3 lead here for the Skeeters. And that might be all here for Richard Mariano Jr. Let's see if they come get him. Skeeters have now batted around. Well, looks like he's going to stay in here for at least one more batter. Is Derek Norris, the 9th hitter to bat here. Nope, we got a pinch hitter. Oh, is this who I think it is? Brett Marshall, the Shohei Ohtani of the Skeeters, has been begging for the last 2 years to get a plate appearances. He was left on deck last year, and Marsh, the former big league pitcher with the Yankees, and Skeeter starter, is going to hit here for Derek Norris. Big swing and a miss here by Brett. No balls and 1 strike to count. Now it really gets to bother him, especially if he doesn't do anything. Marsh, a real fun guy. The 0-1. Of course, I'll say, the first at bat I get in years. It's up against a knuckleball pitcher.
Well, a knuckleball pitcher has been struggling. He's got the bases loaded. You never know. Let's see what he can do.
Well, Marshall, I had him on the air on the road, actually said that he has a pretty good lifetime batting average for the limited amount of time that he has hit, which I will get for you here as he's down 1-2.
He was named All-State for Sterling High School in Baytown.
A lifetime 263 hitter. Chops this one foul. No home runs, 2 RBIs. 2 seasons at Double-A, he hit .333.
Wow,
that's 2 for 6.
Still, not bad.
This one is skied down the right side. First baseman Sanko goes into the seat, so Marsh will get another shot at this. So let's see the last time he batted here. Last time he had a plate appearance, New Britain was an affiliated team back in 2015. When Marshall was with the Rockies organization at Double-A. This one low and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. But if he does get a hit, I'm going to use it against him either way. I'm going to say, hey, even I could hit a knuckleball pitch here.
He's hanging tough.
This one swung and chop foul. Rondeau hops over the ball and then stares down Marshall. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Base is still loaded here. 4 runs in. Skeeters up big in this one. They're leading 16-3.
Marshall's maybe just a foot or 2 away from extra bases right there. Hitting one foul down the third baseline.
The 2-2. Way high and outside. Marshall thought about it. Lets it go 3-2. Pretty good at bat here by Marshall. 7 pitch at bat. The payoff pitch. Swung on. This one popped up right side. Will it stay in play? The catcher is going to come down with it. So Marsh fouls out in his first at bat in 3 seasons. That'll bring the 10th man to hit here in Albert Cordero. Cordero will probably go in and catch now. And we go to the top half of the 9th. Cordero has a single, a double, and a walk. He's also scored a run. We'll turn around and bat here from the left side against the right-handed knuckleballer, Richard Mariano Jr. Skeeters with their 3rd 4-run inning of the game. This one smack foul down the left side. That one will hook just down the line. They scored 4 in the first, 4 in the third, 3 in the fourth, A solo run in the 7th, 4 more here in the 8th. Blue Crabs got all 3 of their runs in the 5th, and the Skeeters lead 16-3. The 0-1. Swung a hit through the right side. Another hit, another run here. My scoreboard is getting crowded. It's a 17-3 game. Yikes, this is getting crowded.
Here comes James Frisbee.
And it should be all for the knuckleball. I think we've seen enough. And he's going to take the ball here. And that'll do it. We will take a break. We'll find out who the new pitcher is when we return. Skeeters 5 runs in here. They're up 17-3. Back here right after this.
Now on the mound for the Blue Crabs, going to be Shane Watson. 11.57 ERA on the year. 7 innings pitched, 6 earned runs on 14 hits, and he struck out 9.
We're bringing Anthony Jansanti 2 outs. 5 runs in here in the 8th. Skeeters leading 17-3. Second pitcher, Shane Watson here in the 8th. He's the 6th pitcher of the night for the Blue Crabs. I've used a ton of pitchers in this series. 1-0 as that one is low and in the dirt. 11th man in the bat here. Jansanti, a 3-hit night. He's 3 for 5 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. The 1-0 popped up. They should mercifully do it. Left side, the shortstop, Joey Wong, squeezes it, and that will finally do it. But not before the Skeeters send 12 men to the plate. They get 5. runs on a season high 16 hits. Also number 17 at the plate. Gonzalez came in 231 with a home run and 6 RBIs. Check swing misses inside 1-2. Sitton is the 4th pitcher of the night. Ben Grissett started this one. He went 5 innings. This one swung and a missed, strike 3. Skeeters bullpen has now struck out 4 in a row as Matt West struck in the last 3 he faced. Skeeters are 2 outs away. I'm taking a 3-2 lead in this series. That'll bring in Kalika Ka'u'ala. Kalika has struck out twice and walked. He's 0 for 2. First pitch here by the left-hander. This one swung a hit towards short. Nice play by Rondon. Throw it to first in the dirt. Another nice play by Matt Chavez at first. And Skeeters are 1 out away from a 17-3 victory. The only thing standing between that victory and Sitton is the leadoff man, Deodoro Martinez. By the way, one quick try at little baseball 101 brought to you by Texas State Technical College. This day in baseball history brought to you by Texas State Technical College in Fort Bend County. Make your own history by earning your associate's degree at TSTC. Visit tstc.edu to learn more. This day in baseball history, May 18, 1956, Mickey Mantle becomes the all-time home run leader for switch hitters. This one off the pitcher. Rondon tries to barehand it, can't come up with it. That'll be a hit. Almost into the game. Not quite. Back to our trivia, our this day in baseball history. When he belts a 136 career round tripper, a 2-out home run in the top of the ninth, ties the score in the Yankees' eventual extra inning 8-7 win over the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. The Mick will nearly quadruple the mark, extending the record to 536 before he retires prior to the 1969 season. Lefty-lefty matchup here as Joey Wong steps in. This one a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Skeeters up 17-3 here. The 0-1. This one swung and a miss, 0-2, and the Skeeters 1 strike away here from wrapping this one up. Sitton gets this side here. The 0-2. This one low, 1-2. Sitton trying to put a bow on this one, a pink bow here on Pink in the Park night. The 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3, and that's the game as the Skeeters win this one big. They won 14-2 in game 1 of this series.